Hello, and a very warm welcome to my channel again. This afternoon, we give you an opinion about Meghan Markle's PR machine and how the PR disaster made Meghan Markle's image worse. It is an opinion of a royal fan. We discuss it now. The only media that I know of who makes Meghan Markle out to be nice is media that is paid for by her PR teams to say such nice things about her. Most media know she is not a nice person, as her reputation as difficult to work for and to work with precedes her. She is well known these days as being a diva. She is not nice to people that work for her or under her. It is a well-known fact that she loses her employees, many of them quitting within days of their employment because of the demands she places on her employees or how she treats them when she is unhappy with what they have or have not done according to her standards. PR firms pay certain aspects of the media to make Meghan Markle look good by saying very good or nice things about her. That is how they try to change the public's image of her. It is known that last year, Meghan Markle's image was taking a huge nosedive in the UK. Meghan Markle then hired an American PR firm, Sunshine Sachs, the same PR group hired by Harvey Weinstein to make his own image look better before he was to go to court for rape against a number of women who either worked for him or were trying to get acting jobs from Harvey Weinstein. They didn't do such a good job for Harvey, and they again didn't do a good job in raising the image of Meghan Markle. They are still employed by Meghan Markle and still working on raising her image now that she is back in the US. And it is still not working. If anything, her image sinks lower and lower as time goes on. Each thing she attempts to do or tries to do to change her image never works. She only ends up making herself look more desperate or even worse in her antics to look like a nice or good person. People are now seeing her for what she really is. It is hard not to see her true image. Anyone with any brains or eyes can see she is faking most things, and she tries to make the public see an honest, thoughtful, and kind person. For instance, in her latest video made for her son Archie's 1-year-old celebration, it was filmed with Archie sitting in her lap as she read him a book picked out by Oprah and also one of the books she published. Meghan Markle was wearing a t-shirt from a collection sold by her clothing line as well. So all the things you saw Meghan Markle wearing, what her son was wearing, right down to the book she was poorly attempting to read to her 1-year-old son, was a huge PR meltdown. The video was supposedly a video made with her son to raise money for a charity that Meghan Markle is a patron for. The entire video was extremely poorly made and was simply hard to watch. Archie, for whatever reason, looked way too big to be only 1 year old, and as he sat squirming and wiggling all over her lap, she attempted to read to him constantly, drawing his wandering attention back to the book, which he clearly did not understand nor show any interest in whatsoever.
What do you think of our new editor's voice? Rate it below the video for us to change. Don't forget to like and share if it's helpful and subscribe to the channel and come back to my video now.
The book was not geared for the understanding of a 1-year-old. It was written more for ages 2 to 3. He did not have the capacity to pay attention long enough to understanding what Meghan Markle was reading to him, let alone did he care what she was doing. He was more interested in climbing out of her lap, playing with other toys that were not seen in the video, but as you could probably guess, were somewhere just outside the lens of the video camera. Meghan Markle could not even keep Archie's attention on that book for the life of her. He was so busy squirming and trying to play and get out of her lap, and she kept looking up at the camera as she tried to make him look at each page of the book, at which she failed again and again. She finally had a video of Archie showing the public what he looks like at 1 year old. But she dressed him in a dingy-looking plain old white t-shirt and a dirty diaper, because this was nothing more than a very poorly staged PR stunt. We will continue to discuss it later in my video. Back to the original views. With Harry's money and titles, she now has her eyes trained on the top of the mountain that she has ached to reach her entire life. She is getting there little by little, but at what end result? How many has she used in her to get there? She has even used her own child to help give her image a better look. She has reached the lowest depths of anyone in Hollywood notoriety to reach for the stars. Yet, she still has not reached that pinnacle, no matter how hard she tries. Even her own son didn't help her climb up the Hollywood ladder. I think no matter how hard she will try or how many she will abuse in her quest to reach the top of that mountain, she will never reach it. People see her for what she is, a bad actor not capable of climbing higher on her own. No matter what role she is given, she can never be a nominee for an Oscar, let alone win one. She simply doesn't have the qualities to become that good an actor or become great at what she does. The only thing she was good at was bagging an English prince. She will never be a great actress, a great humanitarian, or a great mother, because none of it comes naturally to her. And I can add to that list, a good wife, because she fails at that as well. She has fed Harry all the lies she needed to feed him to get him to marry her, but lies only last for so long. Then you have to tell more lies to cover up the ones you already told, and that is a repeating cycle that never stops. And pretty soon, people catch on to what you are doing and cry bullshit. That is not what you said last week. So what you are saying this week must be a lie, right? People are finally catching on to her constant barrage of changing lies. They don't match up, and they are changing constantly, just like Archie was constantly struggling to get out of her lap because he is not used to being there. He didn't like being in her lap. If he did, he would have just relaxed and laid into the crook of her arms and elbows and been comforted there and safe with his mama. But the reality is this. He doesn't spend time there hardly, even if you ask me. He might spend time in a governess's arms or nanny's arms, but not his mother's arms. She is too busy plotting and scheming her next ploy to bilk more money out of people or try to change her ever-denigrating image into one that people will believe, but even she can't fake that much longer. She is running out of ideas and running out of time. And I will place bets that Harry is beginning to finally see her for who she really is, and that is not the great humanitarian, feminist, charity grower, environmental warrior, etc. that she presented herself to Harry to be. She is none of these things. She is an imposter, a liar, a false prophet, an abuser of people to get what and where she wants to get. Then she leaves those people high and dry. I think slowly but surely, Harry is seeing the real woman he married, and she is nothing like what he fell in love with. Where is that woman from 3 years ago? What happened to her? The pandemic might be awful for most things, but the one good thing that has come out of this is that it forced people to stay home and spend time together while quarantining in place. That time together might force Harry to get a different view of who his wife truly is. Out of this quarantine, Harry might have finally begun to see he is facing the biggest mistake of his life. His marriage is a fraud, the biggest fraud he could ever have found, who wanted so badly to become his wife because she wanted to use him to conquer Hollywood, something she has been trying for almost 39 years. And Harry might be saying to himself, my God, what have I done? How can I get out of this huge mistake? That mistake is your own mistake, Harry, and no one can get you out of it but yourself. We all hope you get yourself out soon while you still can. And if you remember, as I said earlier, we continue to discuss her unprofessionalism. Meghan Markle paid more attention to the camera, always looking up at it, to make sure they were getting the best shots of her face and the best angles of her, rather than paying attention or even caring what her son was doing. It was hard to watch. Very hard to understand what she was reading because we were not getting good shots of the pages she was reading to Archie to understand fully what the book meant or said. Then, when Archie shouts out Dada instead of Mama, you could see Meghan Markle squirming in her seat, pissed off that instead of saying her name first to the camera, Archie is calling out to his father, which Meghan Markle very quickly tried to cover up with some remark about how great the book was, or something to that effect. It was hysterical by then to watch her get angry when you know she wanted her name to be the one called, but first on a national video, her son instead calls out for his Dada. I loved it, but even that too was hard to watch. Clearly, Meghan Markle didn't know what to do with her son. She simply has no idea how to handle a baby, let alone a toddler. It is clear to anyone who truly watched that video, that she does not spend a lot of time with her son. He is not comfortable sitting in her lap. He wants out of her lap and away from her as much as he can, and she knows it. She tried to cover up her inability to hold or handle a 1-year-old child, let alone get his attention back to the book she read to him. She failed miserably at being a mother in this video. Yet her PR firms are paying big bucks to the companies who show this video to say what a great mother she is. And doesn't she know perfectly how to handle a squirming, antsy 1-year-old child, blah blah blah. She is none of those things. She does not know how to handle a child, let alone her own child. She has no knowledge how to hold a baby, how to nurse him or settle him down, when all he wants to do is go play with Dada. Meghan Markle is not maternal by nature, not in the least. She had a kid for one reason only. That was to ensure a paycheck for her for the rest of her life as the mother of Prince Harry's one child. That would ensure her a lifetime of riches that will keep her in the kind of luxury she has grown accustomed to. And she did what she set out to do. She bagged her dense prince, gave him straight away the son she had wanted so badly. Now she has dragged them both back to Los Angeles to help her complete her own career, which she was not good enough to complete on her own. This is an opinion of a royal fan. Do you agree with these views? Please let me know in the comment section and we can discuss. If you feel comfortable with my channel, remember to subscribe to it anytime. Don't forget to like and share my video for anyone who would be interested. Now, thank you for watching, goodbye, and see you in the next video.